Grant writing peeps. I'm being held hostage by my cat right now, so I apologize if I flinch or if there's a little bit of orange fur somewhere. So we're kind of coming down to it. I realize it's February 19th, and we've got a couple of more weeks before spring break, but a lot of things have to happen quickly for our grant application on behalf of the food bank. We got our funding source, and I know it seems that it came late, but a lot of times you begin working on your project, you begin putting things together, and finding the appropriate funding source just takes some time. And that was the case with this. I identified a bunch of funding sources. I went over the food bank, them with the food bank, and you got to remember that most agencies like our university, like the food bank, they have a lot of grant applications going out already, and so I didn't want to send a grant application to someone that they're already sending a grant application out to for something else. So I needed to find a new funding source that was appropriate and would work for our grant program. So we found it as well. It's called the Floor Foundation. I gave you the funding criteria, and that funding criteria is what I got straight out of the foundation directory online. And basically we're going to get together all of the material, and we're going to send them the grant application as well. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to send something called the narrative, which is the written part of the grant, and all of the supporting material. Now, you'll notice it's not that long, and sometimes, I think I've mentioned this to you before, my grant writing students will say, we spent all that time to write 6 or 7 pages. And the answer is no, you spent all that time finding out what you need to know so you could write those 6 or 7 pages. And it may not sound like a big distinction, but it is one. Right, Mr. Beebe?
Yes, he's right.
See, even Mr. Beebe is a grant writing cat. So, there are a number of moving parts. As I said in our previous video, if you look through that sample video, you see that we've written a bunch of things already. And we're in pretty good shape. There are a few things that need to be done that are really important. They're going to take some time, and we're going to get started drafting that this week. And I'm going to basically going to break it up. The first is the cover letter. We're going to be reading about cover letters a little bit later, but you have a sample cover letter already. And the cover letter is the grant application written small. It basically tells you pretty much what you're doing in a nutshell. And the other part is the organizational description or organizational background. Don't use the one in the sample grant. The one in the sample grant is like 8 years old or something like that. Some of the data is inaccurate. They've added different programs. They may serve different communities and different counties and things like that. So you can use it as a model. You can use it as a template, but don't. But you need to write it over again as well. So I'm going to have 2 groups working on that cover letter. I'm going to have 2 groups working on the organizational background or description of the food bank as well. One other thing that is a factor is we've got to get all the material together, because if you look at the description for the Floor Foundation, there are a number of things they want that go along with the grant application as well. So any one of these tasks isn't huge by itself, but we've got to put everything together that we've written already. We've got to get a cover letter written. We've got to get an organizational background written. And we've also got to assemble or compile all the material together into one place to get our grant together and ready to send off it. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, just so you know, we never, ever, 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 ever send off grant applications ourselves. Even if you're working for a nonprofit, chances are you won't do it yourself as well. There's one person in every organization that is authorized or allowed to send grant applications off. And it's not you, it's not me, it's not even the president of TAMUCC. One person in every organization authorized to send those off. So we're going to put everything together, we're going to have it in good shape, ready to go. We're going to print it up and we're going to turn it over to the food bank, and they're going to submit the application to the Floor Foundation as well. But just wanted to check in and give you a preview of what's going to be happening the next couple of weeks. And I got to go make Mr. Beebe dinner, so talk to you later. Bye-bye.